So, it's happening. Redemption, baby. This is my first half marathon. Tomorrow, Bangsaen, since I fell apart in the most spectacular way in the last half marathon I ran at Nichada. But this video is not just going to be about how I'm preparing and how Mary's preparing for this half marathon. What it's also going to be about is Bangsaen the place, because we've never been there and we want to introduce it to you. But it's also, and maybe this is the most important bit, it's also going to be about the heightened level of anxiety that I am experiencing at the moment around racing. And it's something that is utterly and completely new to me. I have never experienced anxiety in racing in my life. I think I know why, but we're going to talk about it. I think I know what I'm going to do about it, but I'm going to share everything, my thought process, in case it helps you, in case you suffer anxiety around racing, because I know a lot of people do, and I never have, so this is new to me. So let's go through the process. Mary as well. But first, shoe choice. So my first thing that I need to think about prep-wise for the half marathon is which of these pairs of trainers am I wearing for the race? So I've got Hoka Carbon X2, Alpha Flies, Vaporfly Next Percent 2s, and Saucony Endorphin Speed. Which one would you wear? In the comments, hit me up. Or if it's none of these four, what would you wear? Because I'm always looking to buy more trainers. I'll be honest, right now for a half marathon, I can't really see beyond Alpha Flies. All right, Rana.
Yeah.
What shoes have you gone with? Alpha Flies as well.
The Alpha Flies. Oh, I'm really allergic from Jessie.
Oh dear. So we've both gone Alpha Flies. People will want to see what you're wearing there.
I'm gonna wear Alpha Flies, sweatband.
Because she gets snotty.
I am right now actually. Socks, and they're race socks, so I'm gonna go really fast. And then I've got my lightest kit, this Nike Aero, I think it's called Aero Swift. It is so light and comfortable, and look at that colour. Plus, kind of matches.
Should we get on the road? Should we get to Bangsaen and show everyone what Bangsaen's all about and where it is?
Yeah,
and why we're both
myself.
Anxious, or I'm suffering from much more anxiety.
I'm always anxious, so that's nothing new.
Before we talk about what's causing this anxiety that I've got for the first time and that you've got, I thought it would be quite handy for... Oops. I thought it would be quite handy to talk about, like, how does your... we haven't ever spoken about this, by the way. How does your anxiety present? Like, how does it feel? I want to know if yours feels different to mine.
Yeah, I haven't actually thought about it like that, but physically I've got, in the top of my stomach area, fluttery feelings, like butterflies. It feels like there's something moving inside at the top. I can feel my heart rate is raised. So I can just feel like heightened, and I feel pretty warm, and my palms are clammy.
So mine's different.
Okay.
My anxiety, the way that mine's like presenting, it feels like is I just feel really weak. I feel like I'm on the verge of like bonking. You know, when you have no energy when you're exercising, you've run out of carbs. Like that's what I feel like. I'm like, I feel like a listless, like heavy and a bit like just. That's what it's presenting. I don't have any butterflies or anything like that, and I got a little bit of a headache.
Okay.
It's weird.
Even my feet are sweaty.
But the good thing is that we've talked about this, and I think I can kind of get to the bottom of what's causing it, and then from knowing that, I think we know how to solve it. But we're how far away? We're 37 minutes away from the expo, so we're going to go there first because that's really exciting. We've got to register.
I'm looking forward to the expo.
Yeah.
Woo!
You could definitely tell that this is one of the premier races and setups in Thailand because the process was comprehensive but slick. We had to show vaccination records, our passports, a negative ATK test, text confirmation that we're racing, but all of the way it was smooth like butter. Then into the expo, it was as good as you'd expect. Thais do running events and culture very well, and there was so much merch and products, and everyone was so enthusiastic. One thing I will say though is that I don't think they've managed to suss the volume down button on their speakers and microphone. They love to try and burst your eardrums before and after races, and my pro tip is the very purpose of a microphone is so that you don't have to shout, not to transform your voice into a potential eardrum perforating machine. Anyway, forget all that, the expo was great. And Bangsaen as a place was really cool. It's about 1 to 2 hours from Bangkok, depending on where you live. It was 2 hours for us. Down the east coast of the Gulf of Thailand, just above places like Rayong and Pattaya. And it's a cool beach town with loads going on, but in particular, it hosts both the Bangsaen half and full marathons on different days, plus Ironman have a 70.3 that runs there. So it's a very sporty and easy to get to beach town, or city, I'm not sure on that bit. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice view, isn't it? Look at that.
Oh, actually,
It's calmer straight away.
yeah, it's been a pretty weird day.
It has. It has. I still feel anxious, but as I was saying, this is something really new to me. Like, I don't get anxiety before races at all, do I? Get excitement, but I pinpointed it. So here are the 3 things that are causing what I feel like is anxiety, and the first one is that I haven't prepared as well as I would usually for a half marathon. Like, I haven't trained for a half marathon. I've done ultra marathon and I've run long runs, but I haven't run anything at what I would call kind of a fast pace. But also the other thing is that the last half marathon I did, I completely blew up, and it was one of the most painful experiences of my running life.
Yeah.
And the third one is, and this is, you know, I'm in control of all of these 3 things, but the third one is I'm running with some kind of new friends that we've made along the way moving here. Simon Chandler, Matt Mert, very good runners that I know I can mix it with when I'm back in the UK, but I shouldn't compare myself to these guys. They're lovely guys and there's no jealousy there. Like, I'm happy for them, I'm happy for how good they are. But I wish I could stick with them, and I know maybe in the UK I might have been able to, but I don't think I can here, and it's like...
That phrase is so true, that comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah, stop comparing yourself to people that you like and are your friends anyway. Like, what's the point? And you feel a little bit like that, don't you, with...
Yeah, I've met some really cool female runners.
Women runners.
Doesn't sound right. Female runners, and... it'll be really exciting to run with them, but they're used to running in this heat and they've done these races before. And although I know that I should just be going out to enjoy it and nothing else matters, you can tell yourself that, but it's not that easy. You can't just kind of click the switch and feel instantly like, oh, I'll just be chill about it, because it's harder said than done.
We've actually been to the supermarket. We bought our breakfast.
And we bought,
that was the main thing.
Fortnight's worth of bananas.
Yeah, we got bananas, we got yogurt, we already had porridge oats, and we got croissants as well, just in case. But you know, it's because this race, have we even mentioned yet, the race is at 4:15 AM. We have to get up at probably 2, I would say, in order to eat, with 2 hours to spare before we do the half marathon. That was the other mistake I made actually at the last half marathon. I didn't eat. Yeah, so what's the race plan? Before we talk about how we're going to conquer the kind of anxiety around it, what's your plan for the day?
Okay, so I'm just gonna go out between 4:30 and 4:45 per kilometre and see how it feels, and if it feels good I'll try and go more towards 4:30, but if not I'll go drop back to 4:45 or 5 minutes per kilometre.
Yeah, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to start out, I went at 3:45s and faster for the last half marathon without having had a breakfast, so I'm now going to go with 4s and see how that feels. If it feels hard, I'll drop back. If not, I'll push on. I mean, I was running in the week, I was running in zone 2 at 4:15s in the heat. So I should be fine. It's just mind games, isn't it, after knowing what happened to you in that last race? Well, I've ordered a burger, that's going to help me get out over there.
Pre-race ritual.
Yeah.
I've ordered goodness
Food's
knows.
coming, so let's eat. One thing I'm doing is doing what I do before every race, if I can. Having a burger, and you have rice, right?
Yeah, this is gorgeous and it's amazing.
We're controlling what we can control, and I know they're not super healthy, but psychologically, that's what I do, and that's helping already. I feel better already. I'm not gonna lie, I needed that. Eating a good meal has helped way more than I thought it would.
Yeah, you just feel like good food going in.
Yeah, happy days.
Lifts the spirits.
We don't do that very much. We wouldn't have been doing that before, as you said, before the Headcorn half marathon, would we?
Yeah.
In April or whenever it was.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice thing. You got to stop and take a moment and think, actually.
Yeah, and I also don't want to be painting this picture. This is not a woe is me video or a woe is us at all. Like, we're very positive people and we'll be absolutely fine. We just wanted to share what we're experiencing with you, just to let everyone know we all go through it, you know? You know, even when you've mainly project positivity out there, like, this is the first time I've really experienced that, but you experience it quite often in races, don't you?
Yeah, most races.
So it's worth sharing for sure. Now, those of you that have followed the channel for a while will know that I like to be ultra prepared. I like to be ready in every aspect that I can be ready when it comes to race day, and that, like I said, here's the first thing. That's what's causing the first level of anxiety for me, is that I'm not prepared training wise to run this half marathon. So the way that I'm gonna conquer that is, there's nothing I can do about it tomorrow, so I'm not going to worry about it, but I am going to focus. We have the amazing Thailand half marathon, which is a really big deal, in 1 month, and we have 4 weeks, and we're going to put in a solid non-negotiable training block. We are going to write a contract to ourselves but in our heads, and we're going to sign it saying that we're going to do whatever it takes, and then we're going to do it. And every time we get home from work and we're tired and we're like, oh, I'm not sure, we signed the contract. There's no breaking that contract. I actually got that from Kobe Bryant speaking to Jay Shetty. I saw a video of that where he talked about the contract that he makes with himself in pre-season, and it's non-negotiable. That's the first thing I'm going to do, and I think that will help me go into my next half marathon with a lot more confidence in what I've done leading up to it. Pick this up as well. So I picked up the GoPro Media mod because we're racing in the dark, and oh, bless you.
I'm still sneezing.
She's still sneezing, but yeah, we're racing in the dark, so the Media mod with microphone and light should help us. I couldn't find one for the GoPro 8 yet. I've got to order that online, but we'll see how we go with my one tomorrow. Mary, you're recording in the dark.
Well, if it goes wrong, then it's the dark spot.
I can't blame Mary. So we got all race gear here, gels, cameras, filming equipment, shoes, breakfast, yogurt, bananas, croissants, water. We're trying to get it sorted. That's about the end of the day. I mean, it's 8:25. We need to go to sleep because we're waking up at 2:15 a.m. leaving the hotel at 3:15 a.m, racing at 4:15 a.m. The only other thing that I would suggest, this is the thing that I'm going to do, the other thing that I'm going to help try to control the anxious feelings that I have, which are subsiding, by the way, but I'm going to try some mindfulness. I'm actually going to practice some Wim Hof breathing, which has a physical benefit and a mental benefit, so look into that because it is quite powerful. But just before I go to bed, that's what I'm going to practice, is a little bit of breathing, just focusing on that. Control what you can control, Someone once said that breathing is the most important thing, because if you don't do it, you're not gonna survive. But it's the only thing. It's the first thing you do when you're born, and the last thing you do before you die. So why don't you focus more on the quality of it and controlling it? And that's what I'm going to try and do. And it is very therapeutic. Mary will probably do the same thing with me. And then I'll do a separate video about how to deal with anxiety in general. This is all new to me, so I'll probably enlist the help of someone a little bit more experienced with some more techniques, and that can help other people get through it. So if you experience anxiety, anything around racing or training or anything, let me know in the comments, and I will try and find someone who is amazing at dealing with anxiety and would help us all if I made a video about it. And that's all there is to say right now. I need to sleep, and it's race day in the morning, and so you've got 2 race videos coming up, which are my favourite, and I think a lot of people's favourites. Thanks for being part of the journey. Thanks for being part of the community, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Wish us luck.